Hello and good evening, America, and welcome back to some more NASCAR Cheez Cup Series racing action. In this, the fifth race of the 2016-17 NASCAR Cheez Cup Series season. We are here at Infineon, Sonoma, for the first road course race of the year. This is the 2016 Dodge Durango 355 from Sonoma Speedway, or whatever you want to call this place. We are using the revamped map, just because we can. But before we can start this event, we have to go through the starting lineup here today. For the 2016 Dodge Durango 355, starting on the pole is last week's winner, Corbin Forrester, in that number 24, looking to string together some excellent runs. And that number 24 car next to him will be Phil Collins in the 14. Behind them will be Bernie Sanders in the number 6, and Tails in the 19. Starting behind them will be Justin Allgaier, number 22, a well-known road course ringer in the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series. Starting next to him will be Brock Lesnar in number 48. Jesus Christ himself will start next to Donald Trump in the 31. Jack Black will start next to the Bee Gees in the number 20 car. Behind them will be Jake from State Farm, and then Rob Zombie starting next to him. Behind them will be John Popper in the number 51, starting next to Aaron Carter in the 55. Next in line is Mary Poppins in the number 5 car. Starting next to her will be the number 83 of Richie Birkenhead. Sweet Tooth will start alongside Gibby Haynes in the number 15. Elvis Presley will start next to Brad Pitt. Next in line is Trent Reznor, starting next to Greg Graffin. Behind them, Slim Shady in the 18 car, starting next to MC Hammer. What If Racing will start alongside Larry the Cable Guy. David Bowie will start alongside Keanu Reeves. Behind them is CM Punk and Bruce Willis. Tommy Joe Martins will start next to Rob Halford. Dale Earnhardt from 1970 will start next to Janet Jackson. Winnie the Pooh is going to start alongside Susan Boyle in a 98. Barack Obama will start alongside Benjamin Franklin. And rounding out the field will be Arnold Schwarzenegger and Vin Diesel. And there is your pace car. This race is sure to be an exciting one. Sonoma is always an entertaining racetrack. The pace car goes in already, and this race is about to begin. Aerial coverage is provided by Smithfield Foods here today. Corbin Forrester will lead them to green. Lots of power in that number 24. He is hungry and ready to get going. In the 2016 Dodge Durango 355 from Infineon Raceway, the first road course race of the season is underway. We are green at Infineon. A big lead early for that number 24 car as he makes his way through the S's to start out this race. Phil Collins right behind him as Tails is side by side. They're going to need to get as much as they can at the beginning of this race. Already, well, that's the wrong way. Tails has cleared that number 14 of Phil Collins, and Justin Allgaier looks like he wants that third spot from Phil Collins. Justin Allgaier in the 22, followed by Bernie Sanders, who started third but is back to fifth now. Donald Trump in the 31 is right behind them as Brock Lesnar makes a move on that 31 car of Donald Trump. Lots of room on the racing surface, though, and Donald Trump is able to power his way back in front of that number 48. Next in line is Jack Black in the number 95, and there is Jesus Christ himself leading the number 11 of Jake from State Farm. Aaron Carter leads over Mary Poppins, and that is your top 15 at the start of this event. Corbin Forrester way out in front over Tails in the 19. Phil Collins with a look on the inside, but is it going to be enough? Can Phil Collins outbreak that number 19? There he goes on the bottom, clears him halfway through the hairpin to conclude this racetrack, and Phil Collins has moved up to second place behind Corbin Forrester. There's still plenty of time, though, as that is lap 1. The race has barely begun here today for the 2016 Dodge Durango 355. Excellent racing up front. It's still close quarters combat between that 14 and 19. Justin Allgaier defending his position from a hard-charging Bernie Sanders in 5th. Donald Trump up to 6th place, followed by Brock Lesnar in the 48. Jack Black sits in the number 95 car in 8th place. Next in line is Jesus Christ, and rounding out the top 10 is Aaron Carter. Jake from State Farm trying to fight his way into the top 10, followed by Mary Poppins in the 5. The Bee Gees are sitting in 3rd, and behind him is Rob Zombie. Gibby Haynes with a move on Job Popper for the 15th position. It is tight racing all throughout this section of the racing course. John Popper fights his way back, and here comes Elvis Presley with a look on Gibby Haynes. Could Gibby Haynes lose a spot after trying to gain a spot? Wouldn't that be something? What If Racing sits in 18th, and right behind him is the number 93 of Trent Reznor. There is Richie Birkenhead. Sweet Tooth, your California winner, sits ahead of Brad Pitt in the number 46. Slim Shady with a look on that number 46 of Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt losing the spot. Slim Shady trying to get 2 for 1. Greg Graffin all the way underneath the rumble strips to take over both positions from MC Hammer and Brad Pitt. Excellent racing between these drivers in the back of the field. Sweet Tooth and Slim Shady are side by side. Richie Birkenhead takes over that spot from Trent Reznor as Richie Birkenhead goes to work on Elvis Presley. What If Racing has made up that spot on Elvis? Gibby Haynes is still following the number 51 car. But up front it is that number 24 of Corbin Forrester, looking to go 2 in a row, that number 24 car is. But he's got to survive pit road pit stops if he wants to complete the sweep and take 2 in a row. Phil Collins following right behind him, wrong way. Phil Collins following right behind him, and tails in the number 19. Sits in 3rd, Justin Allgaier in 4th, and Donald Trump has completed the pass on Bernie Sanders for 5th place. Exciting racing action here early on in the 2016 Dodge Durango 355. We'll take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss a second of this racing action here from Infineon Raceway.
Every day, more than 5,000 pounds of Cheez-Its are wasted by people who are too careless to seal their bags back up, which in turn causes the Cheez-Its to go soft. Right now, families around the world are throwing away their wasted Cheez-Its that could have been consumed by someone else who wasn't so cruel. Things like this may seem too much to watch, or too difficult to solve, but you can help right now from your home. Call 1-866-CHEEZ-IT to contact the Cheez-It Help Hotline and donate to our cause to save the wasted Cheez-Its. You can help out our cause and change the world for the far better, one box of Cheez-Its at a time. Please, call right now and we will send you a photo of a box of Cheez-Its that you helped save with your donation.
Hey, do you like buying things? Of course you do! Hey, do you like t-shirts? Of course you do! Do you like buying t-shirts? Who doesn't love buying t-shirts? And what better way to signify the fact that you love buying t-shirts than buying one of my t-shirts? Yay! So what are you waiting for? Head on over and then you can go to that website there, right there. You can read it right here. Look at it. Look at it. Just go there and you can get yourself a t-shirt. Son, enjoy the video.
Today's NASCAR Cheez-It Cup Series racing action is sponsored in part by the 2016 Dodge Durango. With enough seating to tell the world that your husband doesn't understand what a condom is.
Slowly but surely, Phil Collins has been catching the number 24 car of Corbin Forrester. This is the 2016 Dodge Durango 355 from Infineon Raceway. Race 5 of the 2016 or 17 NASCAR Cheez-It Cup Series season. Corbin Forrester has led every lap thus far, but Phil Collins is right there ready to strike should he need to. Excellent driving by all these drivers here today. Phil Collins has caught that number 24 car, having to pass the number 19 of Tails to do so. Let's take a look through the field to see if there's been any change in running order. Justin Allgaier continues to run in 4th place. Donald Trump over Bernie Sanders. Brock Lesnar sits in 7th. Jack Black in 8th. Jesus Christ himself sits in 9th, and rounding out the top 10 is Aaron Carter. Next in line is Mary Poppins in the number 5. And then we have Bee Gees in 12th. Jake from State Farm sits in the 13th spot. Rob Zombie is in 14th. And What If Racing rounds out the top 15. Next in line is John Popper in the 51. Elvis Presley in the 33 sits in 17th. Gibby Haynes in 18th. Richie Birkenhead sits in 19th. And Trent Reznor sits in 20th. Not much action throughout the field yet, but pit stops still loom on the horizon. Corbin Forrester appears to have pulled out a bit ahead of Phil Collins in the 14, so his lead is safe for now, but will it be safe once pit road action begins? Corbin Forrester looking to go 2 for 2. Back-to-back wins after winning in dominant fashion the Nevada Lottery 400 from Las Vegas last week. He now leads this race, the 2016 Dodge Durango 355. So many sponsors to keep track of, but it looks like Phil Collins has fallen off the pace a bit, and coming back into the picture now is Tails in the 19. Could he be the fastest car on the track? His last lap was only 0.6 slower than his best. To put it into comparison, Corbin Forrester has fallen off a whole second on his best lap, as has Phil Collins. Tails seems to have the best long-run car at the moment. Next in line is Justin Allgaier in a number 22. His previous lap was only half a second off of his best, and Donald Trump's last lap was his best lap. So Donald Trump powerful mid-run. Bernie Sanders 6 and 6. And really the running order hasn't changed too much recently. Very little movement throughout this field. Richie Birkenhead up ahead of Gibby Haynes now. Trent Reznor defending himself from the attacking Sweet Tooth, along with Slim Shady behind him. But it's all Corbin Forrester for the moment. 7 laps completed here at Sonoma. A great run by this number 24 car. Could we see a back-to-back victory? It's looking to be that way, but Corbin needs to survive pit road before we can say it for sure. His previous lap, a second slower than his best once again. Phil Collins with a pretty slow lap, about, still a second off of his best. Tails with a 1.5 seconds slower. Justin Allgaier with a second slower. Donald Trump only 0.5 slower than his best lap. Donald Trump appears to probably have the most powerful car at the moment, but he has quite the margin to overcome. And even still, his best lap does not even compare to Corbin Forrester's previous lap. Corbin Forrester very strong, out in the lead in clean air. You're not going to want to miss a thing when NASCAR Cheez-It Cup Series... Well, okay. I was concerned there for a second. It looked like Corbin was going to pile drive the divider there. But, yeah. You're not going to want to miss a second of the action next week when the NASCAR Cheez-It Cup Series takes to the high banks of Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of the fastest tracks in NASCAR, and the old surface providing for amazing side-by-side, lap after lap racing action. It's certain to be a race they're not going to want to miss. The NASCAR Cheez-It Cup Series, race number 6 from Atlanta next week, only on the Kamikaze Game Sports Network. Corbin Forrester continues to lead, and we will take another quick commercial break. Pit stops right around the corner. Can Corbin Forrester keep his lead through the pit stop cycle? You'll just have to stick around and find out. We will be right here with NASCAR Nonstop. Don't go anywhere.
I'm a teenage girl. My BFF Becky texts and says she's kissed Johnny. Well, that's a problem, because I like Johnny. Now, I'm emotionally compromised and whoopsies. I'm all, OMG, Becky's not even hot. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate. You can save money and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate.
My brother and I have always been really competitive. We used to fantasize about racing cars against each other. But since neither of us know how to race, that fantasy never really ended well.
And you were always by my side. What more could a guy care about? I'll keep you forever in my heart.
And when I finally did that, we got to the Mustangs, and I thought I'd reached the upper echelon of my abilities there. But then we got to the Ford GTs, and that was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm supposed to be able to drive one of these. And it got to the point in which I was thinking, okay, let's do a Red Geo review on this after Gran Turismo. And by the way, as of recording, the Gran Turismo review was just uploaded on Monday. Today is Thursday. And, yeah, I was thinking about doing this back in June. It is August 19th. So, yeah.
Today's presentation of NASCAR Cheez Cup Series racing action is sponsored by Bass Pro Shops. Get out there and kill some woodland creatures the American way.
Corbin Forrester continues to lead the 2016 Dodge Durango 355 from Infineon. He has a massive lead over that number 14 of Phil Collins. Tails is right behind, looking to potentially get past that number 14 of Phil Collins in the near future. Justin Allgaier holds down the 4th place. Donald Trump up in the number 5th place he's in 5th. Bernie Sanders is right behind, and he is being challenged by the number 48 of Brock Lesnar. Jack Black sits in 8th, and Jesus Christ himself sits in 9th. Aaron Carter sits in 10th, rounding out the top 10. Next in line is Mary Poppins. The Bee Gees are 12th. Jake from State Farm is 11th, or 13th, I mean. And What If Racing is in 14th. Rounding out your top 15 is Rob Zombie in the number 21 car. Very little action throughout the field, as it appears this track is so different from the original Infineon that I have a hard time with depth perception. I thought people were going down pit road, but it does not appear to be the case right now. Phil Collins sitting in that 2nd position. We'll take you through the field, presented by Subway. Corbin Forrester sits in 1st place and is looking to make it 2 in a row after winning in dominant fashion at Las Vegas in the Nevada Lottery 400. Corbin Forrester has led every lap of this race so far and looks like he's going to be a very strong contender for the 2016 or 17 Cheez Cup Series Championship. Phil Collins resides in 2nd position at the moment. Looked like he had enough to challenge Corbin Forrester early in this run, but has fallen off significantly. Right behind him is that number 19 of Tails, who is looking to try and get a win, much in a similar vein to Phil Collins. Both of these drivers look like, all 3 of the drivers in the top 3 right now look like they had something to challenge David Bowie at Phoenix, but none of them could pull it together and win. Justin Allgaier sits in 4th. The phone is ringing. I'll be right back. It was someone from New York, apparently. Don't know anyone from New York. In any case, Justin Allgaier sits in 4th. Justin Allgaier hasn't been having the season that he has wanted to have, but sitting in 4th place right now has got to be a good morale boost for that number 22 team. Next in line is Donald Trump, who has also been having a tough time this season. Donald Trump has been either, last or, he's been down. He's not been having a great season, much in a similar vein to Bernie Sanders right behind him. Both of these drivers are having a great run, though, today, and are looking to improve their positions in the points. Brock Lesnar, probably the most consistent of any driver outside of the top 5 at the moment. Brock Lesnar has had a great string of races, putting together some fantastic finishes, and Brock Lesnar looks to be having himself a good race at Sonoma as well, sitting in the 7th position. Jack Black has had an up and down season, to say the least. Jack Black hasn't put together very great finishes, but he has enough points to be a contender should he get a great finish here today, which is looking like he's putting together right now. Being challenged by Jesus Christ himself in the number 88. Jesus has been having a great couple of races as well. The Hendrick Motorsports power showing through in a number 88. With his teammates Corbin Forrester and Brock Lesnar, they have been working very well together to put together great finishes. Next in line is Aaron Carter, rounding out the top 10. Aaron Carter having a very quiet season since the What the Fuck 500. Aaron Carter hasn't exactly been the loudest of drivers on the track, but Aaron Carter is putting together a respectable season so far. We will just have to see if this race continues, what he will do in the near future. Next in line, we have Mary Poppins with a look underneath that number 55, but is unable to begin it and move through. The Bee Gees with a move on Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins looked like she could have had a shot at winning Las Vegas until her pit crew did not do as good as they did the first time around. Mary Poppins now being passed by that number 20 of the Bee Gees. The Bee Gees having a great season. Barrett Gibbs' team is very strong this year. Potentially the only cars that could challenge the powerful Hendrick Motorsports vehicles. The Bee Gees make a pass on Mary Poppins. Next in line is What If Racing in the number 25. Consistently the lowest finishing Hendrick Motorsports car, but compared to previous finishes, What If Racing is having a very great day in the 14th position. Perhaps his pit crew could give him a couple of more spots en route to a top 10, but we will just have to wait and see if that will be the case. Jake from State Farm resides right behind What If Racing at the moment. Jake from State Farm is probably having the worst season out of anyone on the Barry Gibbs organization. Jake from State Farm sits in 14th, I think. John Popper, however, John Popper has been having a very consistent season, sitting in the lower top 10s for the vast majority of the year. Sitting in 15th now will net him some more points towards that championship, and we'll just have to see if John Popper can put together a race-winning race one of these days. Let's go back up front to the 24 of Corbin Forrester, continuing to lead over that number 14 of Phil Collins. Tails has fallen back, and it appears that the gap, the margin, is maintained once again. The lap times have fallen off majorly. 3 seconds between Corbin's best lap and his previous lap. Same for Phil Collins in the number 14, as well as Tails in the 19. Most likely that's going to be the case for all of these drivers throughout the field. Pit stops are imminent. Let's take it back up front and we'll see if Corbin Forrester will be the first to peel off for pit stops here today. It's unlikely that he'll peel off first since he's leading. The leader usually isn't the first to hit pit road, but we will indeed see who goes down pit road. So let's change to pit lane 2, 3, 4. Yes, indeed. I was right. So Corbin Forrester is indeed going down pit road. Sequence of pit stops has begun. Phil Collins moves down. Tails will not. Tails will take the lead and lead a lap here. Justin Allgaier going down pit road now. Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, Brock Lesnar, Jack Black, and Jesus Christ stay out. Aaron Carter goes in. Bee Gees and Mary Poppins stay out. What If Racing, Jake from State Farm, John Popper stay out. Elvis Presley goes in while Richie Birkenhead, Rob Zombie, Gibby Haynes, Trent Reznor, Sweet Tooth stay out. Greg Graffin along with those. David Bowie, Slim Shady. Very few people going into pit road this lap. But there is plenty of racing to go. Benjamin Franklin with a look underneath the number 1 of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Looking to complete the pass. Barack Obama underneath the number 98 of Susan Boyle. Up front it is tails now as Corbin Forrester and Phil Collins take early pit stops. Next in line we have Donald Trump ahead of Bernie Sanders. Let's see where everyone's coming out of pit road. Phil Collins has passed on pit road. It looks like Corbin Forrester may have possibly stalled it on pit road. He loses 2 spots, one to Justin Allgaier and another to Phil Collins, who could possibly be your new leader once pit cycles cycle through. Let's go back to Tails, as he is potentially going to be going down pit road this time. Yes, indeed, Tails goes down to pit road. Number 19 is getting ready for service, but Phil Collins comes out ahead of Corbin Forrester. Corbin now defending against the number 55 of Aaron Carter. What a potential heartbreak for the driver that was looking to go 2 for 2. Here today, Corbin Forrester passed by the number 55 of Aaron Carter. Justin Allgaier is next in line. Let us take it back to that number 19 of Tails, and we will see. I believe Tails has completed service and is now leaving pit road. Never mind. He is... yes, great job, game. That is exactly how physics work. Great job. Okay, well, whatever. Phil Collins is now coming into the hairpin. It is most likely that Phil Collins is going to be taking the lead after a hiccup on pit road by that number 24 of Corbin Forrester. There goes Phil Collins. What if racing there down pit road coming out now? There's Tails right up there somewhere. Tails coming out of pit road. Phil Collins is right there, and we could have a fight on our hands. Tails has the lead. Phil Collins in second. Next in line is Donald Trump, and then Justin Allgaier. Donald Trump gets past Justin Allgaier on pit road. Next in line, rounding out the top 5, is Aaron Carter in the 55. Next in line, Jack Black in the number 95. Corbin Forrester losing the lead. His massive lead, for that matter, after stalling on exit of pit road, now fighting with his teammate. Brock Lesnar. Next in line is the Bee Gees. Bernie Sanders and What If Racing battle each other. Bernie Sanders off track. Contact between these two drivers. What If and Mary Poppins look to be getting through and past the number 6 of Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders all the way in the grass, trying to keep ahead of these drivers. Elvis Presley will also be making them pass here, but it is up front. The action is heating up now. Phil Collins with a move underneath Tails for the lead. Phil Collins executes the hairpin perfectly and completes the pass against Tails here. 11 laps to go at the line. And it is now Phil Collins with the lead over Tails in the 19. Third place, Justin Allgaier. Phil Collins hits the inside wall. Will that be enough for Tails to catch back up? It is exciting racing up here at the front now. Corbin Forrester took to pit road first, but unfortunately he lost the lead. And much, much more. Phil Collins now leads over the 19 of Tails. Third place is Justin Allgaier. Fourth is Aaron Carter in the 55. Fifth place is Donald Trump, and there is Corbin Forrester. After such a dominating performance early on, is now back to 6th place. Jack Black is in 7th. Brock Lesnar sits in 8th. The Bee Gees are in 9th, and What If Racing challenges them, but he rounds out the top 10 for the moment. Back up front, let's go. And it indeed is Phil Collins' race to lose now. A fantastic move late in this race by Phil Collins. Late in this 2016 Dodge Durango 355. What a fantastic race thus far. Phil Collins leads over that number 19 of Tails. We'll take it in this camera view. This is the battle for first. as we go NASCAR nonstop one last time today. Thank you all so much for joining us for the presentation of the 2016 Dodge Durango 355. This is the 5th race of the NASCAR Cheez Cup Series season. Don't go anywhere.
Oh no! You left the remote on the TV stand again! Are you too fat and lazy to get out of bed to retrieve your electronic devices that exist only to distract you from your real-life responsibilities? Then you need the Grab-A-Claw! Using leaked government documents, we here at Shit Tech have created the perfect device to allow you to grab, poke, and flick from the comfort of your languor. You can use it to grab that pesky remote, or turn off the lights from a distance, and even pleasure yourself in the manner that you wish your degenerate husband would, like he does your neighbor. Other reaching instruments that don't have a marketing budget like us can go for as much as $5. But with today's introductory discount layaway holiday special offer, you can get your own Grab-A-Claw for the low price of 6 payments of $19.95. But wait, if you call within the next 10 seconds, we'll throw in a complimentary loose leaf sheet of notebook paper so you can write a threatening letter to that fucking broad next door that thinks she can steal your man. Just pay for express priority international shipping. Grab-A-Claws are selling fast, and due to the scarcity of expensive resources necessary to create one unit of this product, sales cannot be guaranteed without immediate payment. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity be grabbed away from you, like your husband next door with that fucking broad. Call right now and secure your Grab-A-Claw. To order, dial 1-800-USELESS or log on to www.shittyshittech.com. Grab-A-Claws are prohibited in the state of Vermont, and several other states are currently filing suits against Shit Tech to ensure products are banned in their borders too. So call quickly to ensure your Grab-A-Claw. That's 1-800-USELESS. 1-800-USELESS. Shit Tech products have just been outlawed in the state of Maryland. All other 48 states still allow our products for the moment. Don't delay. That's 1-800-USELESS.
Today's NASCAR Cheez Cup Series racing action is sponsored in part by Mobile One. It's almost as good as Valvoline.
Phil Collins continues to lead over the number 19 of Tails. Tails has not fallen too far back and could still challenge late in this race. But looming back there in the distance is certainly the number 22 of Justin Allgaier. Allgaier catching up indeed. The last lap was his best. 125.1 compared to the 126s of these two leaders at the moment. Allgaier did not have the best lap that time around. It was Tails, and Tails is definitely keeping right up alongside that number 14 of Phil Collins. We indeed have ourselves a race here today in the 2016 Dodge Durango 355 from Infineon Raceway. Intense racing action unfolding between our two leaders. Tails is just getting ever so closer to that number 14 of Phil Collins. If you're just joining us now, Corbin Forrester held the lead for most of this race until pit stops. When stalling out on pit road, he lost the lead and much more. Corbin Forrester all the way back to 6th place behind Donald Trump and Aaron Carter. Our leaders, Phil Collins and Tails, continue to battle it out here at front of the racetrack. At the line, it will be 7 laps remaining in the 2016 Dodge Durango 355. Justin Allgaier is right there too and could still have something to say about this event. Let's check on the lap times of our leaders as Tails is right there now. That lap complete. Phil Collins at a 126.0 and Tails at a 125.7. But there is a caution flag out on the field now. The pace car is on the track and we could potentially, wow, okay, a little bit of bumping and banging there. A little bit of harsh feelings between these two drivers potentially. Caution flag out on the track now. The pace car phases through Phil Collins, but the pace car is now up front. What happened to bring out this caution flag? Let's take a look back. When the pace car came out on the field, we will see when the lights on the pace car turned on, we will see when a caution flag indeed came out on the racetrack. So let's wait. Okay, hang on. Okay, lights came on there. So let's take a look and see what happened to bring out this, the first caution of the day in the 2016 Dodge Durango 355. And up there we go. Bruce Willis, who has not been having a very lucky season when it comes to accidents, collects Janet Jackson. A 2-car incident appears. Let's take a look in slow motion. Stop. Stop. Please. Okay. Really slow. Okay, whatever. So let's see what happens here. Extreme slow motion. Janet Jackson was way off track, and Bruce Willis was way too down low and did not give her any room. The two collide and end up in the inside of the field. Harsh crash for these two drivers who have not been having great seasons. Bruce Willis especially being caught up in so many incidents over the course of this season so far. Janet Jackson, an unfortunate victim in this incident. Does Susan Boyle manage to escape without getting any damage? It appears to be yes. The answer to that question appears to be yes. Barack Obama survives. And there is the incident that brought out the first caution flag of the day. I'm worried. This track really doesn't like to do restarts. I'm almost scared to ask if there's going to be a restart for this race. This could potentially end under caution because this track is not very good when it comes to caution. So we're going to hope for the best as the pace car phases through everyone. But in any case, let's accelerate time a little bit and see if we can get to a restart of some description. Okay, hang on a second. Let me go back there for a minute. Did something happen through that turn that caused What If Racing to fall out of line? Yes, Mary Poppins stops on the track and Bernie Sanders pile drives into the back of that car. Could that cause any damage for the number 6 of Bernie Sanders? Should this race restart, it will be Phil Collins over Tails. Tails has been having the fastest car on track and was catching Phil Collins all throughout that final run there. Justin Allgaier is going to be right there now too, a coveted road course ringer. Aaron Carter is in 4th place, looking to have the best finish of the season for him. Donald Trump as well in 5th place. Corbin Forrester, who was so strong early, now has a second chance, restarting from the 6th position. Next in line is Jack Black in the number 95. Then we have Brock Lesnar in number 48. The Bee Gees sit in the 9th place position. And then next in line is What If Racing. Back to the front we go. We will see if anyone goes down pit road. I would be surprised to see anyone go down pit road unless they need extra gas to make it through a green-white checkered. Although I don't know if you actually need them. I'm pretty sure you need a mod for that. So I haven't gotten one, obviously. So yeah. Unfortunately, we will not be having a green-white checkered should it have to come to that. It will end under caution. Looks like Vin Diesel's in last right now, so let's see if we do in fact get this race back underway. Let us watch the pace car. Because like I said, this track really isn't too good when it comes to restarts. But that's the kind of risk that you have to take to get a pretty Infineon Raceway. I gotta give them credit. This is definitely a pretty racetrack. The pace car, the lights are off on the pace car, and it is going down pit road, but that's the problem. The pace car will go down pit road, but the problem is the race won't restart anyway. So let's see if the race does indeed restart. It will be 5 laps to go at the line, and the lights are back on the pace car, so it's most likely going to be a endless cycle of this happening constantly. Is probably what's going to happen. So let's see if they do go green. Nope, they're definitely not going green. Yeah, this is what I mean when I say this track isn't really good with restarts. It'll probably take a Christmas miracle for this race to restart, so we will indeed accelerate through time. Maybe the race will restart by some act of God. It might restart, unlikely as that may be. But it's most likely looking like Phil Collins is going to be winning this race. After Tails came so close, it looked like it was going to be a very exciting race to the finish. And it's most likely going to be Phil Collins winning this race, so let's see here. The lights, yep, lights back on the pace car again. The endless cycle of not restarting this race, annoyingly enough. I can't exit the race and, I can't force the game to go green. Unfortunately, I wish I could. Excuse me. Oh, we must have caught up to real time. So now we're live, so if the race doesn't restart, then, well, this is what we're going to be looking at until the end. In any case, it has been an exciting race. A hard-fought win by Phil Collins should this race end. And most likely it is going to end under caution. I'm sorry. I really wish it wouldn't do this, but that's just kind of what happens. That's what happens with custom tracks. You have to be careful for that, but it's unlikely that it'll get fixed too. I mean, NR 2003 isn't exactly the most active community anymore. Here, let me see. Hold on. I want to actually take a look at the pace car. When does its lights come back on? Yeah, the lights are back on again. It's fucking goddamn stupid fucking... Oh my god. Is there any way to force it to go to green? Hello? Hello? Anything at all? Anything? No, unfortunately. I can't force it to go green. Even if I wanted it to. So that's annoying. So in all likelihood, this is how the race is going to be ending. It's going to constantly try to go green, but then it isn't, because this game is an asshole. But in any case, Phil Collins, your winner here today in the 2016 Dodge Durango 355. I will run out the finishing order for, well, we can just go over here. This will be the easiest way to do it. So here is the finishing order for the 2016 Dodge Durango 355. I hate to see a race end under caution, but there's nothing I can do. The race is not going to restart because this track is finicky like that. In any case, Phil Collins takes home this first win of the season. Second place is Tails, so close yet so far away to getting his first win of the season. Third place will be Justin Allgaier in the 22 car. Fourth is Aaron Carter. Fifth is Donald Trump. Corbin Forrester will finish in 6th place. Jack Black in 7th. Brock Lesnar will finish in the 8th place. The Bee Gees will finish 9th. And What If Racing rounds out the top 10. Here is the rest of the field. Finishing last will be Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin, yeah. He had a car failure, so that's his excuse for this week. So yeah, Benjamin Franklin. Can he finish anywhere other than dead last? We will have to see as this season goes on. Dale Earnhardt from 1970 finishes 33rd. Winnie the Pooh finishes 26th. Jake from State Farm 24th. David Bowie in 21st. And yeah, the rest of the field. So an exciting race, but unfortunately, it is going to come to an end prematurely. I wonder if I can accelerate this. Would it go green? It should say yes there. They are still under yellow. It is lap 28 now, so yes, indeed, the race is going to be over. And yep, there they are. On pit road, the race is over. So like I said, this is where everyone's finishing. Hate to have it end like that, but what happens, happens. So yes, thank you all so much for joining us in this week's presentation of NASCAR Cheez Cup Series Racing Action. This week from Sonoma. Next week will be Atlanta. Hopefully that race will not end under caution. I would be very disappointed if it did. But yes, Atlanta is next week. Thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you in the next NASCAR Cheez Cup Series video. This has been Kamikaze Game Sports Network. And thank you all so much for watching. Are they finalizing it? Okay. There we go. Tails won. It appears that under pace laps, Phil Collins ran out of gas. Phil Collins ran out of gas and wins, and Tails is going to win under pace laps. The game, being stupid, causes Phil Collins to run out of gas, and Tails is going to win. Okay. What an exciting turn of events. Phil Collins. This is going to throw a monkey wrench into the entire season. Phil Collins runs out of gas. Okay. I don't know if accelerating caused this to happen, but in any case, Tails has won. What in the God? This has been NASCAR Cheez-It Cup Series racing action. What is going to happen next weekend? Come back and see on Kamikaze Game Sports Network. This game is crazy. What a season. See y'all next time.